Are you considering quiet quitting? Let's say it like it is. Quitting your job or switching jobs may be a very popular option right now because of this huge great resignation trend we're seeing all over the world. But it isn't really an option for a lot of people. You know, some people can't afford to quit, to switch to a new job. They have no idea if it will be better or worse than the one they currently have. They have bills to pay, families to support, and let's face it, most of us are just too darn tired to quit and start all over again. Or maybe they just can't find anything that offers them better conditions than the ones they currently have, even though they're not happy with their current job. And that's why quiet quitting is the great resignation's next best thing. Now, the simplest way I have to describe quiet quitting would be to not take your job too seriously. Because quite honestly, going above and beyond for your job is just, I don't want to say dumb here, but it kind of is. How many people do you know that work overtime or that live for their work? I get it if it's your own business, but doing it for someone else's profit while being severely underpaid and maybe not even making enough money for basic necessities is, well, I still can't find a better word. From a young age, we are taught to be grateful for our jobs and to fear losing it. But how about living our best lives? How about working for a living instead of living for work? And that's what quiet quitting is all about focusing on whatever else you've got going on in your life and treating your job as something you do to pay the bills. Plain and simple. You are not what you do. What you do or how well you do it does not define you, contrary to what you've been told all your life. Now, quiet quitting can be done in a lot of ways, from making it a rule to work your schedule and not a minute more in order to have more free time on your hands and have a better work-life balance, to actually doing the bare minimums during your work hours, enough to meet your goals but not go beyond them. But most importantly, it's about not letting work problems or stress ruin your off time. Just leaving work at work, and from the moment you cross that door, you are your own person. Not a worker, but an actual human being with other interests. That's what's key here. How many of us lose sleep or ruin our moods because of something that happened at work? You're wasting precious personal time that could be put to so much better use. Okay, I know. At first, it may look like this is just lazy people being lazy, right? But let's think about this for a second. People who have a better work-life balance are healthier and more engaged in the time when they're actually working. A burned-out worker is not very productive. Many end up taking time off work altogether. So taking that step back may just be what's needed for workers to finally find that happy place that allows them to be good workers and actually be happy. And happy workers are the best workers, don't you agree? I suppose it is bad news for companies who exploit their workers and expect them to overwork so they don't have to hire more people. But I guess that's a good thing too in the great scheme of things. The hustle culture mentality, the glorification of overwork and exhaustion, the extra underpaid hours, the checking your emails and answering work calls during your personal time. Who does that benefit? You or your boss? We have all been manipulated into thinking these are good things, or at the very least, that it's what's to be expected. But they're not at all. To be able to step away from work once your work hours are done is not a privilege, it is a right and a necessity. Most importantly, it's something that benefits both workers and companies, and it does wonders for company morale and overall working environment. Let me say this again. Quiet quitting isn't about avoiding work. It's about not avoiding a meaningful life outside of work. And any company who knows this is just one step ahead in this current job market, because not only will it have a great employee retention, it will also be what the ones who are quitting their jobs are looking for. A more flexible workplace that respects their workers and cares about their well-being. Isn't that wonderful? And if you'd like to know more about the Great Resignation and the current state of things, start by this last update about how inflation and increasing the interest rates are influencing this big quit. I'll see you over there.